Okay, so Jupiter class, this is our new story and we have started to read this on Friday in school. So I am going to read you the first chapter today and it is called Mr. Majeika and it's written by Humphrey Carpenter. So let's begin. We have got 8 chapters in this story and the first chapter is called The Carpet Bicycle. Okay. Well, there's a picture I'll show you on the screen. It was Monday morning. It was pouring with rain and it was everyone's first day back at St. Barty's Primary School after the Christmas holidays. That's why Class 3 were in a bad temper. Pandora Green had been rude to Melanie, so Melanie was crying. Though Melanie always found something to cry about. Hamish Bigmore was trying to pick a quarrel with Thomas and Pete, the twins, and Mr. Potter, the head teacher, was very cross. Because the new teacher for Class 3 hadn't turned up. I can't think where he is, he grumbled at Class 3. He should have been here at 9 o'clock for the beginning of school. Now it's nearly 10, and I should be teaching Class 2. We'll have to open the folding doors and let you share the lesson with them. Class 3 groaned. They thought themselves very important people and didn't in the least want to share a classroom with Class 2, who were just babies. Bother this thing, muttered Mr. Potter, struggling with the folded doors that separated the classrooms. I'll help you, Mr. Potter, said Hamish Bigmore, who didn't really want to help at all, but just be a nuisance as usual. And then everyone else began to shout. Don't let Hamish Bigmore do it. He's no good. Let me help. So in that moment, there was an uproar, but suddenly silence fell, and there was a gasp. Mr. Potter was still fiddling with the folding door, so he didn't see what was happening, but Class 3 did. One of the big windows in the classroom slid open all by itself, and something flew in. It was a man on a magic carpet. There he is, look. I wonder who that man might be. There could be no doubt about that. Class 3 knew a magic carpet when they saw one. After all, they had read Aladdin and all that sort of stuff. There are magic carpets all over the place in Aladdin. But this wasn't Aladdin. This was St. Barty's Primary School on a wet Monday morning. And magic carpets don't turn up in schools. Class 3 knew that, so they stared. The carpet hung in the air for a moment, as if it wasn't sure what to do. Then it came down on the floor with a bump. Ow, said the man sitting on it. He was quite old, and he had a pointy beard and very bright eyes, behind a pair of glasses. His hair and clothes were wet from the rain. On the whole, he looked quite ordinary, except for the fact that he was sitting on a magic carpet. Oh, I just can't manage it, said Mr. Potter, still pushing at the folding doors. I'll have to go and get the caretaker. Then he saw the man on the carpet. What? How? Eh? Said Mr. Potter. Words usually deserted Mr. Potter at difficult moments. The man on the carpet scrambled to his feet. Majeika, he said politely, offering his hand. Mr. Potter took the hand. Majeika, he repeated, puzzled. Then a look of understanding dawned on his face. Ah, he said. Mr. Majeika. He turned to Class 3. Boys and girls, he said, I want you to meet your new teacher, Mr. Majeika. For a moment there was silence. Then Melanie began to cry. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm frightened of him. He came on a magic carpet. What's the matter, Melanie? Snapped Mr. Potter. I can't hear a word you're saying. It sounded like magic carpet. Or some sort of nonsense. He turned briskly to Mr. Majeika. Now, you're rather late, Mr. Majeika. You could have telephoned. I'm so sorry, said Mr. Majeika. You see, my magic carpet took the wrong turn in. It's normally quite good at finding the way, but I think the rain must have got into it. I do beg your pardon. Oh, never mind, said Mr. Potter. And now... Oh, wait a minute. Did I hear you say magic carpet? It was Mr. Majeika's turn to look bothered. Oh, did I really say that? How very silly of me. A complete slip of my tongue. I meant bicycle, of course. I meant on bicycle. Quite so, said Mr. Potter. Bicycle, of course. His voice tailed off. He was staring at the magic carpet. What's that? He said rather faintly. Oh, that, said Mr. Majeika cheerily. That's my magic... oh dear, my mistake again. That's my bicycle. And as he said these last words, he pointed a finger at the magic carpet. There was a funny sort of humming noise on the carpet, and the carpet rolled itself up and turned into a bicycle. Mr. Majeika leant cheerily against the handlebars and rang the bicycle bell. Nice bike, isn't it? He said, smiling at Mr. Potter. You could have heard a pin drop. Mr. Potter turned rather white. Oh, I don't think I feel very well, he said at last. I don't seem to be able to tell the difference between a carpet and a bicycle. Mr. Majeika smiled even more cheerily. Never mind, very easy mistake to make. And now I think it's time I began to teach our young friends here. Mr. Potter wiped his forehead with his handkerchief. What? Oh, yes, of course, he muttered faintly back into the door. Yes, please do begin. Can't tell a bicycle from a carpet, he mumbled to himself as he left the room. Now then, said Mr. Majeika to Class 3. To work. And I will leave it there for Chapter 2, which will be for tomorrow, and it is called Chips for Everyone. Okay, see you tomorrow.